Hello and welcome to the Mint Luxury Summit. We are going to be speaking with perfumer Thierry Wasser of the House of Guerlain. So Thierry, tell us, you say that scents are without sex, as in they really don't need to be male and female scents. Do you think that's possible?
When you say unisex, you put sex again in it.
Okay.
So it's not male or female or unisex.
Mm-hmm.
It's a fragrance. And a fragrance should be an aspiration. It should be something you feel good about. And indeed, once again, fragrance has no sex. But it's reassuring for a man to buy a men's cologne or a men's fragrance, and for a woman, because it's part of our heritage in a way. Mm-hmm. It's cultural. Mm-hmm. I don't think that we're going to ban that. People are too familiar, accustomed to this. But once again, I mean, a lot of ladies wear men's fragrances, and there are no less ladies because of that.
Lots of men, it seems, wear supposedly women's...
Yes, but I think there are more girls wearing guys' scent than the opposite, I think.
So you've talked about sourcing from India, and you said that you're sort of going to source something from Coimbatore. Can you tell me a little bit more in detail? What is it that you're coming to source from India, and what is it that you're in this contract that you say you're going to sign up next year, or you're going to
this
sort
year,
of fix?
You do business with people you like. That's not new.
True.
So I do. And buying jasmine and jasmine sambak. Jasmine is around Coimbatore, jasmine sambak is near Madurai. Mm-hmm. And my partner in that region, a young entrepreneur, Raja, is a friend of mine. And his little, fairly new company, Jasmine, called, is mainly producing flowers extract.
Okay.
And one day, he let me smell an oil of vetiver, and once again, I thought that quality was so amazing that I asked him where it comes from. We were visiting the fields. We make sure that the farmers are interested in growing vetiver too, etc., etc. And all this set together will be held on a contract that we will sign this year in order to be sustainable in the process and in the time. You don't ask people to grow something, and I said, after 2 years, said, oh no, sorry, I changed my mind. You don't change people's life by changing your mind. You have to be consistent. And I am consistent, and it's my pride. It's my pride to be consistent in sourcing, because it is the most important thing when you're manufacturing. And since I do that too, it is very important that I have my sourcing right to. I'm not going to discontinue making a bottle of Shalimar. I can't.
So what about the little black dress? Was there an inspiration? What's the story behind that?
The story is incidental. I mean, as I mentioned, the marketing people, very often.
By the way, that was one of the most fantastic things I've heard about. I'm creating it, and why in the hell do you have to create it? That was inspirational.
Well, this is the problem, Marketing is not the creative force, but unfortunately, and in a lot of different industries, marketing take over the creative process, which is totally absurd. But in the Petite Robe Noire, this was the head of marketing, a cute girl with amazing eyes. And she told me about this concept of a little black dress. And I looked at her and said, silly girl. And I start thinking. And the idea for a beauty house to hijack a fashion icon was fantastic. It was very funny. And the idea of this little black dress started with the texture and the color, black.
Okay.
My choices of ingredients were focused on black and the texture of that dress. What is black?
What was the texture you were picking up for the dress?
Is it silk? Is it velvet? Is it, what is it?
Could be anything.
It could be anything, so that was my choice. But first of all, black. It's a black dress. Allegedly, black cherry is black, licorice is black, patchouli is black or dark. So I chose those ingredients. I've got the color, now the texture. Since it's black, allegedly, I needed it to be light, though. So that's where my floralcy with those roses from Bulgaria that I love so much and different type of bubbliness and lightness and sparkle gave me the choice for the raw material for the texture. Now I had color and texture. I put it on that Stockman. I just arrange a few things and voila. The idea was mainly triggered by color and texture.
Color and texture. Okay. What about, you know, perfumes is a huge, huge part of gifting. You know, a lot of people like to gift. Is there any sort of thing that you can say or advise? I know that's a very strong word to use, but if you have to give a perfume as a gift, what should you look at? I mean, it's not for yourself, where all the rules for yourself apply. When you're giving it to somebody else, what do?
I think it's a very difficult task to give a fragrance as a gift. But still, I think it's a good idea because it's a way to show how we feel about somebody. So I guess you buy a fragrance that you like.
Okay.
And that's how it should be. I mean, unless you really don't like the person you're buying the fragrance for. But it's how you see that person. Because once again, fragrances is about love, about emotion, about sharing. It's a weird chemistry. So when you want to say something or you want to give a meaningful gift, it should be to your liking to give it away.
Finally, do you think in the last 5 years your own way or methodology of invention or sort of putting things together has started reflecting what the house used to do, or have you sort of created your own, or the house is reflecting what you like to do?
I have to say that I've changed a lot since 2008.
In what sense?
I've learned a great deal of things, especially about sourcing, which was not something I was used to do before.
All right. Thank you so much for taking
You're
time
very
out. It was
welcome.
really lovely to chat with you.